We are now more connected to one another than ever before, yet loneliness has become a serious problem. As rates of anxiety and depression continue to rise, the importance of mental health and therapy is increasingly highlighted in the media. Amid an overwhelming flow of content, Apple TV's Shrinking has become a safe space where comedy and grief meet, both entertaining and deeply moving. It is this sense of familiarity that draws viewers back to the next chapter of Bill Lawrence's Emmy-nominated series, a chapter that may also be its last. If Season 1 was about grief and Season 2 explored forgiveness, Season 3 focuses on what it means to move forward.
What is Shrinking Season 3 about?
Season 3 begins months after the previous season's finale. Jimmy continues seeing his patients and occasionally meeting with Louie, while Paul starts to confront his health issues. Gabby begins to experience uncertainty about her future, and Alice prepares for a major milestone in her life, college. The Season 2 Thanksgiving finale highlighted the chosen family that had formed and grown throughout the series, and Season 3 celebrates the importance of these bonds. From supporting Alice at a football game so a college scout can watch her, to remembering Tia's birthday, and humorously reworking the lyrics of Christina Perri's 1,000 Years, Jimmy and Alice have built a strong, supportive community around themselves. Now this group is more solid than ever, even as each member grapples with uncertainties about what the future may hold. In this sense, Shrinking Season 3 offers a thoughtful exploration of the future, filled with heartfelt humor and a big, generous heart.
Shrinking Season 3 continues to shine thanks to Harrison Ford.
Shrinking remains a major success as a series, largely because Ford transforms his signature dry wit into comedic gold. 3 seasons in, he continues to play a gruff yet funny character who, despite the harsh realities of living with Parkinson's disease, never loses his smile. As Paul's health declines, he keeps delivering his jokes with ease, which in turn makes his more emotional scenes land with even greater impact. Following the introduction of Michael J. Fox's character Jerry, Paul makes an important decision that shapes the rest of the season. This choice reinforces his significance in Jimmy's life, acting as the grounding force that keeps Jimmy from spiraling. Despite his tough exterior, Paul harbors a deep love for Jimmy, and their scenes throughout the 3rd season reveal a paternal affection towards his employee, resulting in one of Ford's finest performances in recent years. It's not only Ford who shines this season. Jessica Williams also stands out as Gabby in Season 3. As Gabby tries to find balance in her relationship with Derek, a crisis involving a patient shakes her confidence and her hopes for the future. Krista Miller's Liz, outspoken yet fiercely loyal, also struggles when a health scare rattles the foundations of her life. On a lighter note, Brian and Charlie's family begins to grow with the birth of their adopted daughter, while Sean considers a career change and continues his attempts to reconcile with his ex. With every shift and turning point, the characters move forward together, supporting one another every step of the way.
Kobe Smulders and Jeff Daniels play key roles in Shrinking Season 3.
We see what Jimmy experiences on his path toward moving forward through 2 characters who have a major influence on him: his father, Randy, and his new love interest, Sophie. Randy represents the many unresolved wounds that make healing difficult, while Sophie symbolizes the uncertainty of new possibilities. For How I Met Your Mother fans, Marshall Erickson and Robin Scherbatsky were one of the show's least developed dynamics. Aside from the Season 4 episode in which Marshall introduces Robin to a Minnesota Vikings sports bar, the pair never really built a unique friendship of their own. For those who wanted to see more of the 2 actors together, Shrinking Season 3 offers that missed opportunity by developing an intimate and sweet romance between Jimmy and Sophie. Rather than commanding attention, Smulders compliments Segel's playful and sometimes awkward manner, creating a new relationship that may be exactly what both characters need. Just as Jimmy stands on the brink of change, his father re-enters his life, setting him back. Although Jimmy tries to be supportive of Alice wanting her grandfather in her life, Randy repeatedly disappoints him, causing Jimmy to shut down in a way that mirrors his earlier period of grief and depression. Daniels brings an effortless charm to the role, masking Randy's indifference to his family's grief with a laid-back demeanor.
Shrinking Season 3 may be the farewell of the beloved Apple TV series. The second half of Season 3 paints a beautiful picture of what it means to move forward, especially for Jimmy. Everyone in his community is progressing along their own paths, which leaves Jimmy feeling as though he has been left behind. Change is difficult for someone who is still trying to piece themselves back together, yet Jimmy is faced with constant change as the people he loves continually come in and out of his life. Capturing the emotional toll this takes on a person requires a delicate balance, and Segel conveys this conflict effectively through his performance this season. In therapy, there comes a point when progress plateaus because a patient has grown enough and learned the tools needed to move forward on their own. For viewers familiar with Lawrence's other beloved Apple TV series, Shrinking Season 3 echoes the bittersweet farewell notes of Ted Lasso. Storylines are tied up and decisions are made, making a fourth season feel unnecessary. Unlike Ted Lasso, however, the season finale does not leave endless loose ends for future stories and subplots, which raises the question, does Shrinking end here? At the time of this review, the answer remains unclear. If this truly is the end of Shrinking, Season 3 delivers everything with wit and tenderness. It avoids excessive sentimentality while honoring the characters' journeys, ending on a hopeful and satisfying note. The series has felt like a warm embrace for viewers, but Shrinking Season 3 gently guides us back into real life, leaving us better prepared for the challenges that lie ahead.